Good morning. Today we are going to talk about the parts of the sewing machine. First, we are going to start with the balance wheel. This balance wheel starts and stops motion. It's called the balance wheel. Next, we have the spool pin. The spool pin, this one helps us to put our threads before we start stitching. It's called the spool pin. Next, we have this one. It is called the pressure foot lifter. Pressure foot lifter. This pressure foot lifter lifts the pressure foot up. Pressure foot lifter. And now, this one down you are seeing, it is called the pressure foot. This pressure foot, it helps us to hold clothes like this. When we start sewing, it is the pressure foot lifter. So this pressure foot lifter helps us to lift the pressure foot. When you want to put clothes, you lift the pressure foot lifter, then you put your cloth, then you take the pressure foot lifter down. So that's the work of the foot, pressure foot and the pressure foot lifter. Next, we have this one. It is the thread tension unit. It balances the tension in the threads. Tension, this one. It balances the tension in the thread tension unit. It has numbers, so you can reduce or increase the tension of the thread. Next, we have this one, take up lever. Take up lever, as you see, it takes up and down. This one guides the thread. It guides our thread as we are going to sew. It guides the thread like this. It guides the thread. This one guides the thread. When we are sewing, it guides our thread. Up and down, up and down, up and down. It is the take up lever. So, next we have this one, the feed dogs. These things you see are the feed dogs. Feed dogs, these ones help us to move the cloth. They are the ones which move the cloth when we are stitching. It moves the cloth in like this. It is the feed dogs. Feed dogs help us to move the cloth upward or backward. So next, after the feed dog, we have this one. It is called the needle plate. So needle plate, because it has a hole where the needle points. So it is called the needle plate. After the needle plate, we have the needle is soft. We talked about it yesterday. This needle, it is the one used for sewing. It helps us to make stitches. Next, we have the needle clamp screw. This needle clamp screw helps us to fasten and tighten that needle so that it doesn't follow. You can tighten or you can loosen the needle. It is called the needle clamp screw, this one you are seeing. It helps us to tighten or loosen the needle. Needle clamp screw. This one you are seeing, it is called the slide plate. It is called the slide plate. This slide plate helps to cover the downer parts. Here we have the bobbin, the shuttle. So this one is the one who covers. So it is a slide plate, as you can see. You just slide, you see, then you put it back. It's called the slide plate. Next, we have the shuttle. The shuttle. Let me first remove the slide plate so that you can see it clearly. The shuttle. This one is the shuttle. The shuttle, and this one, it consists of the bobbin. This one is the bobbin I told you. The bobbin case plus the bobbin. So these are the ones. And this one is our shuttle. It is where we put our bobbin case. This one, the bobbin. This is the shuttle. Now, there is one thing remaining to teach. It is called this one. I think all of you are convenient and you are seeing this part. This part is called the stitch regulator. This one regulates the length of the stitches. When it is down, the stitches are big. When it is up, like when you go on reducing, you see the numbers, the stitches go on reducing according to the numbers, and when it reaches up, the cloth goes backwards. It is the stitch regulator. This is the stitch regulator. So thank you. In the next lesson we are going to learn, have a short break. In the next lesson we are going to learn how to thread this sewing machine.